It's the end of June, so that means let's recap what I read in May. Now, I only completed one book in May. I started another book in May, but I didn't finish it till June. It was just longer. But I started one and finished one in May, and it was on my Kindle, and it is called Wreckage by Emily Bleeker. As per usual, this was an Amazon Prime free read that I downloaded on February 5th, 2015. So this has been sitting in the archives of my Kindle for roughly 10 years. And it is not a genre I usually read. In fact, I'm not entirely sure what this genre is. Let's look it up. Pretty basic contemporary fiction or contemporary women's fiction. This was the 8th book I read of the year, and I started it on May 1st, and I finished it on May 12th. And I knocked a majority out of it on Mother's Day when I was just sitting and reading. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good either. It is about how 3 people and then 2 people spent 2 years on an island after a plane crash. Lillian and her mother-in-law were on some type of trip that they won, and as they were flying, their plane went down, and Lillian and Dave and the pilot, Dave worked for the company sponsoring this awards trip. They 3 were the survivors of the plane crash. Fast forward about 2 years later, and Lillian and Dave separately were interviewed by Genevieve, a hard-nosed reporter who wanted to find out the truth of their time on the island, the circumstances of what happened, and if what Lillian and Dave are saying is the truth. Just to jazz things up, Lillian's husband is a lawyer, and Dave and his wife were having some problems because they were having trouble conceiving children, so their relationship was rocky. Is this a believable story? No. That didn't bother me, per se. I mean, I grew up, watching the first few seasons of Lost, so I'll take some suspension of belief involving plane crashes and surviving on an island. But I think it was the very end. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but everything happened so quickly at the end. Everybody was just going along for the ride and accepting everything that was being told to them or what they were being accused of. Everything was just being wrapped up too neatly. That's what wasn't believable. I'll take the island. I'll take the plane crash. I'll take everything they went through on that island. I just couldn't accept the ending. Maybe if you read this genre regularly, you'll enjoy it, or maybe you won't. I have no idea. I have no standards for this type of book, and so I'm not going to be a good judge of that. But sometimes I do enjoy dabbling in a genre that I don't normally read. It cleanses the palate and then makes me appreciate what's to come next in my reading. I won't seek this author out again unless it's on accident, but it was okay. Sometimes you just read books that are okay. I have one quote from it that you'll see up next, and other than that, that wraps up May. It felt like I read more, but again, it was a different book that I didn't finish. All right, well, I hope you are reading something that you are enjoying, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.